Hey everyone, this is Avi Harkishin from Charts. Let's take a look at some of the charts here for the upcoming week, June 23rd, 2025, which is for Monday. Today is Sunday, June 22nd. This recording is being done. Let's start with SPY. So, what I'm looking at here for SPY is the daily chart. Um, I use a lot of Elliott waves when it comes to understanding the cycle we're in, and that's the way I trade. That's my strategy. A lot of it is understanding the cycle I'm in before I enter or exit a trade. I use a lot of supply, demand, resistance, and support, etc. But Elliott wave helps me to understand. That's my strategy. Elliott wave helps me to understand the cycle or the wave you're in. So you know when a wave is coming to an end, and you just prepare yourself using levels and so forth. Right now, for those of you who sincerely follow me on Twitter or X, and you're in my Discord, you already know I have about a 70% accuracy when it comes to forecasting the markets. That for the charts that we're looking at, not every chart, just for the ones that we're looking at, whatever charts I pull up and I look at, we tend to have a 70% accuracy when it comes to forecasting those tickers, which is pretty decent. Now, let's take a look at Twitter here. Not, I said Twitter. Let's take a look at SPY for a moment. So, what I'm looking at on SPY, I can clearly see a couple of things on SPY. Let's just move over to this chart here that I have. Is it this one? No, this SPY chart. So I clearly see in terms of wave count, I have wave one, two. This is a 1, 2, 1, 2, pretty much in a way. But we have 2, 3. I see a clear sign of 3 waves up, and now you're putting in a fourth wave. Now, if you want to do, you could change this up a little bit where you can do this as the wave one, maybe, and 2, and this here as 3, and this is 4, this as 5. I don't know if you want to do that. You can do that as well if you want to. You have a 1, 2, and you just move up. You have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is your wave count over here. This is one valid way of counting the wave. The other one is the one I had before. So there's two different scenarios that you could work with. What's important here as well is that you have broken this rising wedge, and you have a daily gap at the bottom here. So assuming this is the wave that we're talking about, assuming that's the one we're talking about, let's move back over to this chart. And if wave 5 has been completed on top here, you're looking for a retracement. Let's go to 4 hours chart for a moment. You're looking for a retracement of about 0.5 or 0.618. If this is a 5 wave, you're looking for a retracement somewhere around that 529 area towards that 523 area I have here, somewhere within this range over here, right? Or at least that 544 area, you could see a pullback to. Um, Whether or not we have that, we're gonna get that. I don't know. It really depends on if the wave count has been completed, or if it's a fifth wave or a fourth wave. I don't exactly know, but I think you're heading for a pullback, and I think you're gonna see a little bit more downside coming. It doesn't mean you can't move up a little bit. You certainly can, but I think you're going to see a little bit more downside. Let me just move this back over. Okay, so you broke below the rising wedge. I'm going to go back to the daily chart. So if you're looking at this as wave 3 and this is wave 4, what I'm looking at right now, if you take from the bottom here, wave 3 to wave 4, you're looking for a retracement somewhere between this level here, which is around that 577 to 560. You're looking for a retracement into this level over here to fill this gap at 567, 577 to 567. I should probably change this a little bit, not to confuse anybody. Okay. All right. Okay, so you're looking for a retracement somewhere between this level here, if this is wave 4. Now, looking at the volume price analysis for the daily close on last week, you got some pretty heavy volume starting to come in here. You're getting some volume stepping in here, above average volume. So you can see some sellers coming in, which is quite concerning if you're being bullish in the stock. And you have your resistance level. Let me just move over to my other chart. I think it's this one. Yes. Okay. She broke below the rising wedge, and you broke below 597 support, which was the current support we're looking at here. You broke right below it. So going into the market Monday, the level that you will be watching for is 597 and 600. You want to see these levels, price reject these levels here. You want to see price continue to stay below 597 to see further downside. If price start getting above 605, then you could probably see a bit more upside. But within this range here, you want to see price begin to reject within this range here, which is that 601 to 597, mostly 597 for SPY. You want to see price reject these area over here for SPY to see further downside. So I'm looking to see a little bit more further downside if this is a wave 4, at least to come back down and retest that 575 area over here if you're to push one more upside. Now, if we are to make a break to the upside and create a higher high over here, a new high, all-time high, what that really means is that the market is in a bullish trend and you're expected to see more upside long term after you've had your retracement. It means the bottom is in over here. If you cannot complete a fifth wave to the upside, and this becomes an ABC pattern, and you cannot break this high, we're not calling this yet, but you still have a possibility where SPY could create a new low. Now, I'm not calling this, just letting you know, because what you're looking for, what this is a distribution pattern that's going back to 2016, because the cycles that we're talking about, Elliott wave cycle that I'm in right now, is starting from June 2022. But the 2016 cycle has not been corrected, the 5-wave cycle, and this is a 5-wave cycle we're in. So technically speaking, this would have been like maybe like a 4th wave, and this is a 5th wave for the 2016 cycle. One more wave, and then you could have that correction. But this is still possible, and what you're going to be looking at, if this is not going to create a new high here, you're looking at pretty much an ABC pattern that is forming here in the distribution, where this is A, B, and you're looking at a C pattern forming here. Now, this is not, we're not out of woods for this. This is probably going to have some war or something happen for this to happen. But it's just something at the back of my mind that I'm thinking. So I would like to see at least maybe one more push to the upside. If not, it's very much possible we can get this, but we're not calling it yet. We're still going to stick with this here, where you come down over here and then move back up to the upside. So that's the path we're looking at right now. Still see a bit more downside, mainly because of the volume, the selling you're seeing here. But I want to see this 597, 600 get rejected. That's your resistance area going into Monday if you're trading. But we did break this level here, which is that 600, 597 level, and we broke out of this rising wedge. Looking at this here too, what I'm looking at in terms of volume profile, still have a lot of volume traded within this area here. Whether or not this is distribution volume or not, it's possible. I don't know. But if you start breaking, so you have support until 587. If you start breaking below 587 or this point here, then you will start to get a bit, I would probably start to get a bit more concerned, because then you're looking at SPY retracing to at least that 543, the 528 level over here, or even finding support at this level here. The first level would be the 557, obviously, right here. You're gonna SPY dropping. If SPY break this level here, what you'll see happen is you might get something like, very possibly get something like a reject on top here, come down somewhere over here, maybe. And this would be your first target, right somewhere within this volume node over here, somewhere within 560 or so. That will be the first target that I have for SPY if we're to do that. So this is something I'm watching for as well, but you want to see a break below 586 on SPY, which is this high volume node over here. So watch to see what SPY is going to do at this level here. 588, still coming down a little bit more, and then you could push it back up for that fifth wave or so. Let's take a look at I think QQQ. Let's do QQQ for a moment. QQQ, high volume break over here, right out of rising wedge. You got a break, and you're closing below the resistance level here, which is 529, a key level. If you want to stay short, you want to make sure this level is being held. This 529 level is consistently being rejected. You have some support at 519 and 515. You can see more downside if you get rejected off of these levels here. So that's the level I'm watching for right now, is that 5. See what price is going to do with this level over here. So let's see what price is going to do. Don't know what it's going to do, but let's just see if it's going to get rejected off of this and break to the downside. So not sure yet, but you're going to watch for this trend over here. See if price is going to break out of this trend and retest this level 540 over here. IWM. Okay, it's at support 509. This is something. So if you're in my Discord, you would have known I talked about these level here. I said IWM will come back, retest these level. And what you want to see is either push to the upside, where this is not the fifth wave, or you're going to see something along this line where it's going to push here and get rejected off this level again and come back down to retest this supply zone over here. But if you start breaking above these levels, 515, 518, you're going to push towards 530, 525, 530. So everything in trading is based on levels. So you got to see what the levels are doing pretty much. But SPY and QQQ are not bullish right now. It's mostly bearish at the moment. VIX, what I'm looking at, VIX is in this symmetrical triangle pretty much. I'm looking to see whether VIX is going to break below this 2044 level and come down. If VIX break below that level, the next level I'm watching for is this level right here in VIX to see what it's going to do at this level over here. Don't know if VIX is going to hold this as support, but we'll see. We'll see what it does. But this will be the next level if it's going to come down here and reject. So you can see VIX come down. And if that's the case, then the market's going to move higher if VIX is to come down, reject here, and continue to push lower. Don't know if it's going to do that. But again, paying attention to what VIX does above 2044. If it breaks above 2183, it's breaking out, and it's very likely VIX is going to move higher and the market is going to fall. All right, let me see what else I can look at. All right, here's Apple. Apple is one that I talked about in Discord. I said Apple may see a bounce at 198, 195. That's the level to really pay attention to on Apple, to see what it does at this level. And you want to see Apple trade above this 201 level and break out of this downtrend over here. Looking at the previous day's close that we had, pretty good volume. If this could carry through, based on volume price analysis, this will carry through. I expect to see Apple trading about, let's see right here, to hit anywhere around 207 to this 215 area next. That will be my target for Apple next. And so you might see something along the line of this playing out in Apple. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you might see a break over here. So that is something I'm paying attention to in Apple that I'm watching for. You want to see this level is being held in Apple, which is 198, 195, key level. 201 is a key level you want to see Apple stay above and break out of. If it could do that and the overall market rallies a bit, you'll see Apple move towards this 209, 215 target over here. That's what I'm paying attention to right now. Let's see what else you can look at. Okay, we have AMD. I have a 5-wave move on AMD that's been completed. Uh, this candle over here, whether or not it's buyer's climax, kind of resembles it, the top of a trend. Right here, rising wedge. It kind of broke out a rising wedge, got rejected. This was my area, 128, 134. This was my target. I've been talking about that in the Discord for a long time. That's my target for AMD. We've reached that target, and you got rejected once, 3 times, pretty much. And then the previous day is closed, trading day, big rejection off of this area. So what I will be looking for Apple is not Apple, but AMD, to see whether or not AMD could hold this level here, and we'll see what AMD does from there. The target for AMD would be somewhere around this 120 area over here. If it could come back down and hold this level right over here, then you can see this being a fake on AMD just move back up again. But that's the level I'm looking for. If it start breaking down really below this level here, 114, you're gonna start. This is the top, and you're gonna start filling this gap over here, and then that target would have been a retracement level, about that $98 retracement level over here, because you're probably going to break this level here. If it's a 5-wave move, you're most likely going to break that 0.382, and you're going to come down towards that $98 somewhere within this level. You're going to fill this gap at least. If you're coming out fill this gap, you have volume over here, so it's very much likely you come down towards that $98 level. So anywhere between 105 to $98 will be the target for AMD, assuming the top is in for everything, the bottom is in for everything. So watch for AMD continuously getting rejected off this 128, $134. That's the rejection area you want to look for. If it starts moving above 134, be careful because it's going to move up a bit more. Okay, let's look at Amazon. So Amazon also in a rising wedge. I see a clear move to the upside here. Pretty much you could have a very short, let me move that back. So here you could have a 4-5 wave move I have somewhere within this region here. I don't know exactly where it's going to be. It is possible that this was a 5-wave move, a very short 5-wave move. It's possible, which is right over here. So that is something that is possible. Let me check the wave count here. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If not, and this is not a 3rd wave, this is going to be a 3rd wave, and you're in the 4th wave, and then you're going to push one more time to the upside towards that maybe 233 area over here within the same box again. You're going to push, and then you're going to make it to the downside. But pay attention to it this level here, because I think you're going to come down and fill this 208 to 203. Looking at the volume over here, that's a lot of selling happening on AMD. I mean, I keep saying AMD. Amazon. So I think you can still see a bit more downside on Amazon if it's rejecting this 214, especially this 210 area. If it breaks this 210 area, it's going to fill this level here, and even more downside possible, this 198 area. So this is the path I have for Amazon right now. Okay, let's take a look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA have a lot of volume at the top here. You pretty much have a bearish engulfing candle, high volume. It wouldn't surprise me if NVIDIA began to close below this level here and began to see some more downside retracement where the top is in for NVIDIA as well. It's possible if NVIDIA hold this level you're looking at is this pivot of 144. Pretty important level that I have for NVIDIA is this 144 level right here and watching for NVIDIA. If it holds this level, you can see a push up to make one more wave to the upside before you finally get that retracement back down. Just showed you, let me look at the weekly chart. Okay. You're getting that rejection, but not the best volume for the rejection in the weekly. Wasn't the best. So I'm not sure yet. Nothing has been confirmed whether or not we're going to be in that retracement. But pay attention to it. You want to see a consistent close below 146, and you want to see a close below 144 area. So you want to see NVDA starts rejecting and break to the downside here. Then you can see a little bit more downside towards that 140 area to 136. That's the area you're looking for, pretty much. But I can see a 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, and a 5 wave to the upside. It's possible. I could see that a fifth wave to the upside over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe the top's in here. But you're looking to see what happens at 144. You want to break below 144 to confirm that, or break below this pattern here. So if it consistently get rejected off 144, just watch for a break below. Let's see what else to look at. All right, for Tesla, what I'm looking for in Tesla is the key level here in Tesla is this 115 area. Want to see this 115 area get held going forward. If you start breaking this 315 to 312 area, you're going to come back down towards this 307, 302, or possibly 290, 291. And then you're going to be doing this WXY pattern to the downside. So that's what I'm pretty much looking at right now to see what it's going to do. Don't know. So we're just waiting for confirmation, see whether or not we're going to have an XYZ pattern to the downside, or we're going to break out to the upside. If we're going to break out to the upside, you need to see Tesla above. You need to see Tesla break this 336. If Tesla breaks 336, you're going to get that fifth wave to the upside here. And possibly 355 would be the target. Anywhere between 340 to 355 would be the target for Tesla. So pretty much most important level of Tesla right now is the 315 area. So you're looking, because right now we're just trading sideways. So you're just waiting for something to happen. Let's look at the daily on Tesla. Yeah, so there's nothing really significant happening here. So it's just really just waiting to see what's going to happen with Tesla. I'm just waiting at this point. Yeah, let's just see if there's anything else I have. Okay, we have Google. Google pretty much a big selling here in Google. You want to see this 164 level held in Google. This here pretty much is, you look at the volume, pretty heavy volume in the selling. So I wouldn't put it past that Google got more downside to go. Look at the 30 minutes. So for those who are following me, I already called Google already. I already called this move on Google, so you already know. I don't need to go over that again. If you follow me, you already know. So we have a clear A. Let me use this one here. We have a clear A, B, and C in Google. So we've had that correction here in Google, that ABC pattern over here. So what I'm looking for now is whether or not you will continue more to the downside or not. If you got rejected off this 170 area, it's very much possible Google is going to see more downside. So the key area you're looking for in Google is this 170. If Google could hold this area here, you could see more move to the upside. And this entire thing here, this was a 1, 2, which was over here pretty much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this was a retracement that I have. Everybody could count it differently as well. You could have this as 3 and this is 4, and you have a 50 of the upside. I don't know. You're pretty much just looking to see what Google's going to do here. So I'm just looking to see whether or not Google is going to get rejected off of this 170, 173 area over here at this 0.5 fib level to push more to the downside or not and have a double correction. So let's see. So those are the levels I'm pretty much looking at. So everything is levels. Let me see if there's anything else I can look at. Okay, here's Visa. Visa is another one I've been talking about. I've been posting again. If you've been following me, you already know I posted Visa when it was in top here. I already told you guys since top here 375. I had this path of Visa to retrace, so it's there. It's on my X. You could just go check it out whenever if you ever feel like it. And in the Discord, Visa had a clear 5 wave to the upside, but that is not whether or not that's the top, I don't know because you can still go further up for Visa. So I don't know whether or not this is a short wave 5 or it is the first impulse of one, two, three, 4, 5 wave to the upside to get that 5 wave in. We'll just have to see what the overall market does, and we'll have to take it from there. So I don't know, but look at the daily close on Visa. It looks like buyers were stepping in on Visa right here. You really want to hold this level, this 337, 328 on Visa. You really want to. And right over here, this volume, see this node right here? Buyers kind of step into this area and push the price up. You got a huge volume over here. So I think you might see a bit upside on Visa if this could carry through. If this could carry through, I like Visa a bit more upside. And what happened? You've already seen this correction play out here, because I see a lot of volume coming in right over here. You see that? And if Visa could stay above this level here, I like Visa towards that 358 again. So Visa is one of them you should be looking at in terms of long side. If it could hold, if it doesn't break this low, and it could hold this volume here, you can see a bit more upside towards from here towards this level here, 5%, 6% move to the upside over here. And maybe this here was just the bottom, and ABC has been completed right here. And that would kind of make sense too. You have A, B, and you have your C right here within this area, which I had, which is the box I had anyways, the accumulation box. So let's see. And looking at the volume here, it's clear signs that somebody was stepping in and they're buying. And so we'll see. But you want, if you break this low, you're going to come down towards 330 at least on Visa. So if you break down low, your target for Visa would be within this box. Give me a sec. If you break down low for Visa, your target is here within the one extension to the 1.618, which is 330 to 311. So let's see if Visa hold this level. And yeah, pretty good setup there. I think that's it for tonight. I don't know if I have anything else. Let me see. So the Discord, I reposted every chart for Elliott wave analysis. So you guys have the wave counts and everything. This is just a video to show other aspects of like the volume price analysis, the levels I'm watching, the supply and demand, and just add Elliott wave in there as well, which is the strategy I use. I just don't use Elliott wave to enter or exit a trade. It helps me to understand a cycle that we're in, the wave count that we're in, and then I look at the supply and demand resistance level. I look at the volume profile, the volume price analysis to see whether or not it makes sense for me to enter a trade or not. So that's the way I do it. Okay, hopefully this was helpful to anyone that's watching. And again, guys, look, if you do watch the videos, whatever the case is, if you're in the Discord or not, if you have any questions, just let me know. Remember, there is no stupid question if you're trying to learn. I'm never going to make you guys feel in any way at all where you can't ask question or your question is just ill-informed, unless you're being not unless you're being very disrespectful to me. I don't like people being disrespectful, but if you're respectful to me and you have any questions, feel free, leave a comment. If you want a DM, my DM is not open to everybody because then I have a lot of like scammers and spams. Just drop me a comment and say, "Hey, can you just DM me? I have a question." I'll DM you, and we can talk privately if you have questions or anything you want to know. All right. Well, thank you guys again. If you're on my my X profile in my Discord. That's all I have for tonight. If you have any questions again, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to go over it. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.